very exciting, just follow-up things. There were people, by the end of my trip, I realized there were a few people I wanted to talk to. I wanted to talk to a high-level Buddhist. I wound up having a wonderful afternoon with Mr. Liu Xiaolongteng, who played Monkey in The Journey to the West, and him telling me all about his theories on Monkey. He came from a family of people who had played Monkey. His great-grandfather, his grandfather, his father had played Monkey in the opera. He wound up, his brother, who died early, had been a Monkey actor. He was trained to play Monkey, and then when the TV came along, he played Monkey on TV, and he was planning on handing it on to his son. But under the one-child law, he had a daughter. While China is very open to many things, they were not open to a female Monkey actor. So he has decided to take his knowledge of Monkey and bring it to the world, and wound up having a wonderful time. So I'm working on this very strange non-fiction book about that's historical, it's mythic, it's about story, it's got demons in it, and it also has me doing a wonderfully inept journey to the West and running into interesting problems and having strange things happen to me. Outside a ruined temple in the middle of a desert, a man tried to sell me a human elbow. Things like that. So it all goes in the book.
But it sounds like it's material for a graphic novel as well, because I think you only have done a few stories based on Asia, like Dream Hunters, is Japan. So any thoughts about something set in China, in Asia, East Asia?
I did a story called Exiles, Sandman 74, which actually has a Chinese, it's set a while ago, and it's about a Chinese official who's been sent into exile, going through the Taklamakan Desert, on his way into exile in the West, meeting Sandman and stuff like that, or two different Sandmans. And it was very strange for me suddenly finding myself in places that I'd written about back then, and going, oh my gosh, it actually does look like I thought it would look. The shifting sands outside Dunhuang I wrote about. So, but would I do more fiction set in China? Yeah, I think I probably will. But there are so many stories I have to tell, and set all over the place, and it's just a matter now of how many I can fit in before I fail to look both ways crossing the street. Get eaten by, turned into snacks.
Okay, like I said, I think I will really leave the questions to the floor, but I have one last question which I want to ask. What's with the bees?
What's with the bees?
The bees.
The whole beekeeping thing started in my head about 16 years ago, when I said to my assistant Lorraine, wouldn't it be great to have some bees? And she said no. And I said, why not? She said, because I'm terrified of bees. I have a pathological fear of bees. I'm absolutely scared of bees. And I know you. You wind up traveling places. Somebody calls, you disappear off, you're making a movie, you're writing a book here. And all I know about a world in which you would be beekeeping is that I would have to look after the bees. And they would kill me. So I said, okay, well then I won't keep bees. But it was this weird little sort of thing that I thought would be wonderful. And then about 4 years ago, there was a lot of press around America and the UK about colony collapse disorder in bees, beehives disappearing, bees dying mysteriously, and I remember thinking, well, I should do my part for the planet. I could keep bees. That would just help. And I really want to keep bees. And there is a lady named Sharon Steitler, who is a very leading blogger. Her blog is birdchick.com, and she and her husband Bill are friends of mine, and she comes out to my house every few weeks and disappears off into the woods for many, many hours and comes back informing me that she has just encountered the only great crested native corn crake west of the Rockies or whatever. It's very impressive. And in fact, she actually thought that I was playing a birding practical joke on her, like the third time she came out to my house, because she looked out of the window and saw an English blue-tipped on the tree. And she pointed down. I'm saying, oh yes, it's blue-tipped. She's saying, they aren't an American bird. How did you do this? As if I had a supply of blue-tipped in English. I'd obviously come over with my pocket stuffed with small English birds. And then she had to report it as being the first sighting, and it turns out there's probably a mysterious mad birding person somewhere in the area of Chicago who breeds English birds and lets them go just to confuse bird watchers. Anyway, so Sharon and I were talking, and Bill, her husband, and my assistant Lorraine were around, and I was saying, oh, look, comedy class, I've always wanted to keep bees. And she said, oh my God, I've always wanted to keep bees, but we can't do it because we're in the city, and we just have a little apartment. And her husband Bill's going, and because we die. And somehow, by the end of that conversation, it was agreed that Sharon would go on a beekeeping course and become a lead beekeeper, and I would pay for everything and become junior beekeeper. So that was and I had the land. So, and of course, Bill and Lorraine were convinced that this was just a very, very weird suicide pact, respectively, of their boss and wife. The problem was the day the bees actually arrived, I had to go off and do a signing because the bees arrived a week late, which meant that Lorraine and Sharon had to put them in. And so they did, and by the end of it, Lorraine had some kind of strange, spiritual, mystical experience, one of these life-changing experiences that you come out of a better person. As she put the bees into the hive, and faced and conquered all of her childhood fears of bees, and discovered that this was magical, and oh my God, it is eating honey from my finger, and now I am one with the bees. So I came back to this world in which Lorraine is just like, oh yes, the bees in the hive is the most awesome mystical experience I've ever had. You have been denied this experience. So that's really, and that was really the start of the whole bee thing. We had these hives. Really just for a joke, our first year, we entered our honey into the county fair under Lorraine's name. And it probably got a blue ribbon. So this year, we thought that must have been coincidence. So this year, we entered honey and a comb into the county fair and got the blue ribbon again. The blue ribbon is like number one. And I don't know what it says about me, but I was, in terms of awards this year, Newbery Medal was probably the most thrilling to get. Hugo was the next. Then comes Blue Ribbon for Honey. And then comes like a dozen other literary awards. So, yesterday I learned that Fragile Things had just won the leading French, as in translation as Les Choses Fragiles, as the leading French book in translation, short stories. I won the prize Utopia Blue Ribbon Honey piece. Lots of pictures of me looking like I'm in a hazmat suit.
That's right. Okay, let's get down to you guys. I'll try to get questions from this side, and of course, not to neglect the upper level, but you need to wave frantically.
We probably need the house lights up just a bit, because right now, you are a sea of blackness, illuminated only by occasional flash photography. Oh my God, there's a lot of you.
Okay, we will have one over there. Is it possible to get the mic?
Who is the mic?
With two hands and jump around. That's how you get this.